All right, you rolling? Good. All right. Good afternoon. We are here today for JTA Proposal Number P16017, uniforms. We will first go through the room and introduce the JTA folks. I'll come over to you for introductions. Once we're done there, we'll go ahead and start the time. There is a 50-minute limit for this presentation, 20 minutes for your presentation. And we've got about 10 minutes for the committee to get out, look at samples, ask any questions that they have about that. And then we'll close out with 20 minutes for questions and answers. You do not have to use up the entire time. It's just provided that every proposer has the same amount of time available to them. Teresa Lynn, JTA Contracts and Procurement Manager.
Adrena Bell, Operation Administrative Supervisor.
India Freeman, Revenue Manager.
I'm Randy Brewer, I'm the Senior Manager of Maintenance.
Lisa Darnall, Vice President, Trains and Operations.
Cindy Morrow, External Affairs.
Michelle Gerber, Business Analyst.
Nice to meet you. I'm Gail Anderson with Patrick's Uniforms. We are here located in Jacksonville, Florida.
I'm Dave Kidd. I'm in charge of sales, and Gail's our manager here in Jacksonville, and we're glad to be here today. I know this is right after lunch and it's time to, well, we'll try to make it interesting for you. How's that?
All right, if you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and hit start for the first 20 minutes. At 3 minutes, I'll give you a little wave just to let you know that your time's running out, and then I will have to stop you right at 20 minutes.
Okay.
Is that like the debates?
Yes, it is.
Do the-
All right, all set and go.
And here we are. Well, we're a mom and pop. We're owned by two folks, Pat and Rick. Makes up the word Patrick. Their son is Patrick, and it's the only child they have, and he's studying to be a doctor in North Carolina. And we're very proud to have served with y'all for several years. And we would like to continue, of course. We are a 30-year-old company. We do about $6 million a year. We're located in Jacksonville, Tampa, and Savannah, and I'll show you. That second half of the curtain was hard. But this is our store on Normandy, and in our store we have probably an inventory of about $500,000. It takes a lot to have a clothing store. A lot of people think it's an easy thing to get in. We've been in it 30 years, and Gail's been in it how long?
28 years.
28 years, and Rick, the owner, he's been the longest. He's the oldest. He's been in it 40 years, and his wife, Pat, has been in it 30 years. And with other folks, we've had seamsters that have been with us 30 years, and we just have folks that's been around us a long time. And we've learned this business. It's a hard business to learn. It's not something anybody can just come off the street and you teach them in a day or two. It's something that you're throwing something new every day. And that's what makes it so exciting to be in the uniform business. Our mission statement is very simple. We serve those that serve others. We want to take off the burden of uniforms for you. We don't want you to have to be in the uniform business because that's what we do for a living. And we're proud. Everything we put out, we're proud of it. Everything is hand-held, hand-sewed, or embroidered in our stores. We have attractive stores. We have probably the prettiest stores of any uniform stores on the southeast. We have in our Jacksonville store, it's about a 9,000 square foot store. It's located on Normandy Boulevard and Ellis, Normandy and Ellis. Right next to us is Napa and the U-Haul, so if y'all need, right across the street from the Big Pig. And Gail and I both live in the great city of Jacksonville, and we're proud to be here. Now, Gail's lived here longer than I have, but I've been here about 10 years and she's been here, well, we don't want to tell how many years, okay? Yeah, she is very young. But we have really committed employees. We have top-of-the-line merchandise. We have the best embroidery equipment that you can buy, the most updated. We have her twin brother, Dale, is our embroiderer. How about that? And he does an excellent job. He also digitizes and takes a form, puts it in computer language, and is able to put it in this machine here. So this is our Jacksonville location. Now we're going to show you our, really am. There we go. And this is our Tampa location. We're on Highway 60 in Tampa. Now in Tampa we do two bus lines. We do Hart, Hillsborough Air Transit, and also we do Citrus Connection out of Lakeland. We do those two out of this store here. And it is a little bit bigger than Jacksonville. And you have complained about that, I know that. But it's a very nice store. We do many of the area sheriff's departments. We do about 30-some sheriff's departments in the state of Florida. I can't tell you how many police departments we do. We do a lot of them. We do a lot of the fire departments. We do work with JSO. We do work with Jack's Fire, Clay County Fire, Putnam County Fire, Columbia County Fire. We do, you just name it, we probably do a Nassau Fire. And we do a lot of business with all these. Now you might ask, how can we do all these? We have very committed people that look our uniforms over and make sure they're right before they go out the door. It's a process. Now, are we always perfect? Well, are you perfect? Raise your hand if you're perfect. I only knew one that was perfect. They crucified him. But we're not perfect, so sometimes we do make mistakes. But you know what we do? We fix them. And if there's something wrong, we don't ever say no. We say yes. And we fix them. Now, in our store there, it's much set up just like the one in Jacksonville. And I don't know who this chief is, but he is giving a presentation there.
You have Governor Scott.
And each one of these, are you blocking? At each one of these stores, we have our own sewing, we have our own embroidery, and we have our own staffs. What is good about having 2 or 3 stores is that we don't have something in stock. I can call Tampa, and the next day I have it. Or I can call Savannah, and the next day I have it. We transfer stuff between stores all the time. So we get that odd size, like size 72. I've sold a 72 before. Or that size 28 ladies. Or that size 2 in the ladies. Amen? And we've done it all. We've sold every size that there is. But this is our Savannah store. Now, this is our home base, and it is 26,900 square foot. Huge store, the biggest store, uniform store in the United States. It's on Highway 80. In this store, we have at the back of it, we do a lot of law enforcement, and at the back of it, we have an indoor gun range, and to the police guys, it's a toy store in the back there with all their different things they like to buy. But and this is the range right here. And then we have our own engraving. We do engraving, and we do all sorts of CNC work, which etch out wood or metal or glass, we do that right here. That's on the range. And this is our clothing area. And we carry, and we have the ability to buy over 20,000 items. So really, there's not much that you could ask us for that we can't get. Now, we have been asked for that item that we can't get because the manufacturers we deal with don't make it. There's one or two items. But if the big companies make it, we can get it. Our credit is AAA. We can buy from anybody at any time, no problem. And that's the thing about it is, a lot of companies now are stretched to the limit. And they can't go out and buy and do as they need to do. They can't service you. But we have the merchandise stacked high in our store. And if you'd like to come to our store, I'll be glad to take you in the back there and show you. We have jackets from everywhere. In this store here, they didn't show a picture of it, but in our, we have 10,000 square foot of just warehouse space. We have, you ever seen this at a laundromat where they push a button and the track comes around and they take the clothes off of it? You ever seen this? We have that in our warehouse. And we put jackets on it and things that hang so they don't get wrinkled or anything. So they come around and you pull it off and we take it and have it embroidered or patches put on it, whatever's necessary. But we do that. Now, other things we do, I'm learning this thing. There we go. So we do engraving. We do Chatham Area Transit out of Savannah. CAT. We've done them probably for 20-something years. And we do certain things. Now this here is something neat. It's acrylic. And our machine goes in there and etches out all this. This is all etched out of glass or acrylic. And then we have a bar that's across the bottom here that they put it down in that has different lights, and you can set it up the way you want, LED lights, and it lights it up like that. Isn't that unique? So if you need something, you got somebody retiring or you want to do something nice, to recognize someone, this is a wonderful thing to do, and it's not really greatly expensive. See, we do it here. We have we make this part here, and this little base here lights up and lights that up too. We do cups. We do stainless steel cups. We do wood. This here is a shadow box. We do a lot of this for Sheriff's Office. We just did one for Madison County Sheriff's Office where we put their badge on it or their emblem. I think we put their emblem on it. Which one did we do? The star?
You put the star on.
Put the star badge on it, yes. Has a round circle with a star in the middle. And inside we have cutout for their weapon. So when they retire, the Sheriff's Department gives them their weapon. And it goes in this box here. Really nice presentation. So here's our embroidery machines. Top of the line has, we do hats, we do shirts, we do anything you want to do. We do it on backpacks, anything you can think of. Now we have, this is our Savannah store, and across the back there, we have a 15-head machine, and this here is a 6-head. Now we have a 6-head in Jacksonville, and also in Tampa. And that means you can put 6 garments at a time. And those things, if you ever come in our store and you hear them clicking, click, 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 that's them back there doing that. See if we got anything else here. And we do screen printing, T-shirts, whatever you like. We do screen printing. We do little tumblers, those things they put around drinks and all.
Louis.
And this is our new machine here that is just incredible. And we can do hundreds at a time, okay? With this new machine. Okay? We just want your business. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we'll open up 10 minutes for the committee to look over the samples, ask any questions about the samples you brought.
We have everything labeled, and everything is to the specifications that you had in your bid. And most of this right here is for your maintenance and your division. And these items are all for the bus drivers and the revenue services.
Let me ask you a question. Is everything what we're getting today, or is there something new here that we haven't seen before?
This is all that the drivers are in right now.
This is everything that we have today?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. This is a uniform that,
Okay.
that we work with to get in to change the uniform, 2 years ago, I believe, right? Mhm.
It's the same thing. Why is it different color?
They get gray or red.
Yeah.
But it's the same shirt.
Yeah, it's 100% polyester and a tactical.
That's a nice shirt.
Yes. For the reserve. And everything's in male and female.
Really, yeah.
Well, they're short sleeve and long
Yeah.
sleeve, right, and male and female. And then you have the two trousers that, one is the.
Our ladies
looking a little heavier today.
That's
And then
really
for
for
your
ladies.
reserve people, it's
10 years ago, one of our owners was Pat, #1, female,
They had them on the bid.
the wife. We have
Yeah,
fought
this
for
is the right
years.
way.
for
Some people
women's
have,
pants.
we call it like a summer.
At first,
and then
20 years
it's like
ago,
an
they
all
were
year round
the
way.
uniform business
And drivers
for
both
women's
like
pants.
those, so we offer
So
both.
we have fought for the last, 10, 15 years to build a woman's pants. And these are really made, they're cut like this. Instead of being boxy, and they're cut, so it's not so far up on, used to, women's would come up to here. We got it coming down to about right there.
And then we got to
Yeah,
decide.
I think
A lot
everything
more
is exactly as the bid.
And the hips are
The pants for
cut
the
right.
supervisors, though, the maintenance supervisors.
That was, the PT-34s.
These are, I'm assuming, are the shirts for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the shirts. This is the B2 right here. Yeah, this is all
Yeah, these
supervisors.
are,
This is the B2.
Part
This
of
is how
it.
you had them. Yeah, and then these two polos here
Okay.
that you had, and this is actual the polos that you requested.
And is this why, is this just a different material, that's why it's a different color blue?
Yeah, because this is 100% cotton. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Well, this is where you have, as your polyester, that you had the exact one that you asked us to bid.
Beautiful.
On it. Then this is your work style, and a short sleeve and a long sleeve, it's the same shirt. And then this is some of the pants.
Well,
Now, the one thing I did find when I got the
the white
samples
shirt's
is they
same
sent
as
me the
this.
short.
yes, that's why. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this shirt. This shirt here has nanotechnology.
It's supposed to be a
built
pleated
into
front
it.
pant, but they
And
sent me the
that
short, but it
nanotechnology
comes in a pant.
allows the
But this
sweat
is a
to
pant
come
that
out of
goes
your
with
body.
yours on the V2 section.
And this
Or not,
is
V1. What
keeps
is
the
your
driver
V2?
more comfortable.
Okay, you got this one.
Keeps
And that
it
one's
dry.
male and female.
Which
And then the
keeps you more
polos, okay, and then
comfortable.
the rest of that
And
is
it's
V1
microbial,
section for
so it doesn't
mechanics
smell.
and maintenance.
How's that?
And that's why this is, because 100% cotton, it's always a lighter navy. LAPD is like the rest of the colors, but when you go to the 100% cotton, it's different.
Oh, yeah.
Always a different color
Yeah.
when you have 100%.
Well, one thing about this jacket, it's been around forever. It's just an inexpensive
Yeah.
jacket.
But all this is everything,
Huh?
exact numbers that
What's that?
requested.
I just think that they have some little nice.
This is all the t-shirts.
We have a lot nicer styles.
Yeah, it looks a little.
It just looks a little.
But it is. It is. It fits a purpose.
This is the polyester one.
Now, this jacket here comes apart, has a zip in, zip out liner. This comes off. Usually when they buy it here, we sell this a lot up in North Carolina and places. But you take this off in Virginia, take this off. A lot of things, but it does have a, part to
Well, I need
it.
to ask them.
All this
They
is
should never
extra.
allow that. And how do we control things like that from happening? It's just- That was never really that one. I read it somewhere. I'm not saying we want to have it. It's just that I can only-
One person gets something, the rest of them won't.
Right, right.
No, they're not looking.
And see, that's what she in store. She wanted that.
Is there something that we don't have? There is a policy to add things to the contract as well. So is there something that
Right,
we
so we
don't
could
have
delete
here?
and add,
We
right?
could
She
delete
don't,
and add.
she doesn't like the, but there's a lot of different things you can get to go in places this.
Right.
Just something that looks a little bit more
Jesse?
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have several, several that we use.
Yeah, but anything
But-
that we don't have, we can take off or add, because you have a clause in there that would look at that. Because especially, when you get the drivers are gonna want that red shirt and the DAC cotton shirts, which didn't allow it to be put on the bid. So that will have to be added if we continue, if y'all continue with that type.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that we have a very controlled
See,
process.
yeah, the other one you
Where
could
they can
literally
come in and
see
say,
through.
I want this.
It's a different
Even if they
brand,
pay
too.
for it, if it has anything to do with JTA and it's not approved by.
Let me see the bottom of the box.
by-
We got that out. Yeah, with the
No,
red.
it's not allowed.
Something else that we don't, so.
I guess it's more the cotton.
You never buy, because before they bought it on their own, and we were like, well.
And they can't even come in and
can't
have it in
wear it,
blue
yeah.
because it's not on the approved list.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for adding and deleting from the list, but I just don't want them to go in and add things to the list that aren't approved.
And then they upset because they don't pay the money for it.
Right, and then we don't let them wear
But
it.
we tell them if they, before we knew we couldn't, we told them if you buy this and they don't let you wear it, it's not us, this is you buying it on your own. Because when the guy bought the red and navy jacket, and then, of course, that red sweater that
Right.
everybody wanted. But other than that, nobody bought anything that was not already on our contract.
Yeah, and I don't, and I may very well want to add the red sweater, but we just didn't have it at the time. so.
Yeah. Yeah, and plus the trainers always got different things than everyone else, so now we know not to do that. Or they did all the
Yeah, but
jackets
still,
and the
then it changes
sweaters.
the way
Yeah.
you
They wanna have
clothes
something to show them a little
versus
different than everyone else.
if you don't
Right,
control it, so-
right, we still want to control it, even the trainers, I mean, we will have, certain shirts for them, certain pants,
Right.
know.
Yeah, and that's why we try to bid everything to the specifications. And then, like I said, we can add anything you want. If you find them, we can give you catalogs. If you find something better in that line jacket you want, we can add it to it.
We're glad to get you sample.
Yeah,
Word
it's like the
test,
same thing with
whatever.
the jacket.
Yeah.
Because most of them said this jacket or a bomber jacket, this is considered both.
As long as we
As
know
long as
the
you have the fur
rules.
collar and all, you can take it as both, or you can take
Right.
it off or put it on. So it's considered as both.
That's our business. We do with sheriff's departments and all. The sheriff sets up the way he wants it,
Right.
and we have to do it exactly the way he wants it. But I promise you, every deputy comes in, wants to do something a little different and make it a little
I'm
different.
sure,
And we just tell them, said, no,
yeah.
the sheriff says no, and you ain't gonna, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then they get mad at us, but we're used to that.
Yeah, we would handle that.
I know your drivers will do that.
But if you want us to leave the samples, we can also leave them if you'd like, if you still need to go through them for some more time. Like I said, this is the one we bid on because I knew the polyester is the nicer, dressier one than putting the polycotton, so, but we can always add the polycotton because the drivers like it because it's cooler. But
I was
this
gonna-
to me is dressier.
Come in the red, right?
Yes, and it also comes in the gray and a long sleeve and short sleeve. See, the red one and the polycotton only comes in short sleeve. But in the polycotton, only difference is, but most of your drivers, I notice when they come in the store, they do dress to a T. They do iron them off. Because polycotton, you do have to do more maintenance to them. Polyester, you can take it out of the dryer,
Right.
hang it up, and you're kind of ready to go. So that's why I left this one on instead of putting the other two. But like I say, we can always add them if you still approve them to get those two items.
Well, from an inventory perspective too.
Right.
Because I know some of them really, don't like 100% polyester.
I'm one of those
Okay.
too, yeah, I can't.
And I need to I need to be respectful of that because not everybody likes to wear polyester.
Yeah, it was just on the bid, we didn't have enough room to add
Right,
all of them.
right.
So I said, well, I was gonna mention, we can just add it to the contract afterwards.
But I do think that it still should be a very succinct list, So, there's only two pullovers, one's red and one's gray, right? There might be two types of shirts, both long sleeve and short sleeve. There might be two type of pants, but I don't want 10,000 different things to choose from. It makes it difficult for y'all too, I'm sure.
Especially when they get
Well-
into colors and stuff.
Right, right.
20 seconds.
As long as we got a list,
Okay.
we live by the list.
And the same thing when we went into this uniform 2 years ago, we went back and forth, looked at everything, showed samples, so we kind of narrowed it down to what you picked and chose.
Well, as long as we got a list, we live by the list.
And the same.
For another. Can you explain the process, the voucher process to pick up, what is your process for a person who has a voucher who needs to get a shirt? Do they come to your location, do you deliver them, do you pick them up?
Either way you want us to work it. Right now, we have a system where they have their allotment, they come in and spend it, we get it together, when it's all together, we call them and they come pick it up. If you want us to come out and just measure everyone at one time, we can do that as well. When it's ready, we can take it out and, set up a couple of days for them to come pick it up and deliver it to your facility.
So we're not supposed to pick up from your location?
Yes, from our location.
Do they come to your location for measurements too?
Yes. Mhm. But a lot of them, since we've been doing your contract for almost 6 years now, going on 6 years, we have a database that has all your drivers are in our system under their names. It has JTA and then their names. All their sizes are in there. And each time we start an allotment, and Adrena can tell you this too, they call Natalie is one of our sales floor people that handles your account really well. She knows by every one of your drivers, almost by face or by name. But they'll call her and say, I want to get 2 shirts, 3 pants, tell me how much the total is. She'll figure it up, call them back, give it to them, or do it right then. And they don't even have to come in and get measured. The order's there, their sizes are there, and we pull it from that. So it works either way. Now, we have never done the maintenance contract since I've been at Patrick's. I used to be at Harrison's for 18 years, and we did do it at one time. But they also came into the store and got fitted. But if we need to, we have a staff that can come out, bring samples, fit them in them, no problem. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, I think,
she's got a job.
Natalie always has a job.
So
She's
you
very
said
good at what she
anything
Yeah, we
does.
love
else
Natalie.
To add to the contract later on, we could.
Yes.
We have to look at that, we have to look at it in negotiations and look at the sentence in the solicitation to see if additions were included in that.
It was,
I just
I
need
forgot
to-
what page it's on.
Yeah, there's
but-
one sentence that if it's
Yeah,
existed
but
in there.
things can be added to the contract.
Okay.
Added or deleted.
Or, yes, or deleted.
Oh, yeah. I do have a question. Currently, you do the operator name tags for us, and they're like, I don't know, $14, and your bid this time is like almost $50 for the name tag.
$50?
$50.
They're only, so they're only $13.99. Did I do it wrong?
I think maybe it's done wrong then.
Yeah, if we can talk about that if we, yeah, it's
Okay.
like 54 or something.
Well, it's 47,
47,
almost
yeah.
$48.
You remember that one thing I was telling you? Whoops. Yeah, I don't think we got almost the price of a badge.
I know. Well, wait a minute. Let's see if I put it on the wrong line. Well, see, like here on,
It was right above the ties.
yeah. Well, right above the ties on Exhibit A is badges. That's not a name tag. That's an actual badge that they wear, a metal badge. The one above it on line R is the nameplate.
Okay, the badges, the gold badges?
Right, the badges are that they
The
wear on the
supervisor
uniform.
badges?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And the badges are handmade.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Understand, yeah.
yeah, because they're custom
But your
made.
badges, okay,
Yeah. See, the nameplates are R and S is the badges.
okay.
Yeah, so your nameplates are always just $13.99.
So the badges are just worn by the supervisors?
Supervisors, and then some of your drivers will get a hat badge to go on the bell crown hat.
And then the same price?
No, that one's different, but it wasn't on the
I
contract.
was just saying, because
So-
that's a much smaller one.
Smaller one,
Yeah,
yes.
and it screws right
$50
in
one.
here.
Yeah,
Doesn't pin, it just screws
Okay.
right.
right in here.
Yeah, that one, I think I want to say, on the old contract, it's around $30-something.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering, I said, wait a minute. I'm glad you asked that so we could clarify it, but, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I was going,
This is a good hat because it's much different than the police hat.
Yeah, I have a question. Do you have a sport coat?
Yes,
just
we
on the
do.
contract? Okay.
well, no, I don't have it on the contract because y'all had a team suit, and I checked all sources to try to find out on the revenue service line, was that actual suit or not? And I found a couple of them that said that it was a poplin like suit, but it didn't have all the colors y'all were requesting.
Okay,
So
because
I
I know
know
that
that-
the operators who like to wear the conductor's cap really need something dressier than those jackets, obviously, to wear
Right.
with it.
Right. Well, like I say, we can always, if we can send you some catalogs, you can pick out one, we can add it to the contract.
And this is one of our sport coats.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just a basic sport coat.
So they had a team suit, so I was thinking it was a whole suit, like pants and
Yeah.
top that
Oh.
actually matches.
You know the sport coat that you buy at JCPenney's?
Mhm.
We can get those.
Yeah, because they only run around like $49, and they have Edwards that has some of the items here carries.
The biggest
quite a
problem
bit
is
of them.
matching the blues, though.
Mhm. Yeah.
But we go with LAPD or dark navy, they call it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, that's why we go to Edwards too, because they have
Yeah.
LAPD Navy.
okay.
And neck wear.
Mhm.
That came from Edwards. And what's nice about this, 10 years from now, you'll still be able to get this necktie. That's weird, ain't it?
What
But,
do
I
we
mean,
have,
if
a
you
black
go by
and
this
red
year
one?
at
What, do we
JCPenney.
have a black and red one?
Yes, and that one.
Just black and that one? Okay.
Yeah, same, yeah.
Yeah, we have solid black.
And then didn't we have it made with JTA on it?
While that, but they don't
That's
do that
long
anymore.
ago.
Well, we
You have
can
to buy
have it
so
done
many
too.
thousands of, 5,000 worth of fabric to make 300 ties.
Right.
With the JTA logo in it when we used to do it.
And then we have the ladies too.
Yeah.
This is mainly on the driver's side.
Right.
Mhm.
But there's other ties that they make that we can get, and not much that we can't get.
What's your turnaround when an operator first start? If they come over and get measured for a uniform, how long does it take?
Well, actually, when they come in and get measured, if we have something like pants or something and a shirt that they can get right then, we have them hem them, put the patch on it, and they walk out with it. If it's something that we have to order, you're looking at 2 weeks.
Okay.
Now, a lot of times, and then as I've told you in the past, is it's there and we've called them and it sits there for 2 months before they pick it up. Doesn't mean that it took us 2 months to get it, but it's there in the store. So, yeah. But mostly, most people come in, if we got time, we hem the pants, we give them to them right then, put the patches on. If it's something to be embroidery, of course, that has to wait, and it usually takes 2 weeks.
Okay, what about if it's tailored? Like some of the operators get their shirts with a little split on.
The split,
That
and
takes
longer.
that takes longer.
Yeah, it does. They're done. We have to cut, you talking about customizing?
Yes.
When we do that, we're
Bottoms is
customizing
split.
that shirt. We're cutting the bottoms off and church-tail hemming them all the way around. It is a job.
Mhm. So what we usually do is if it gets too many at one time, like this time when, before they had 2 months to spend it and they would come in, scraggly. Well, this time when you gave them 300, they used the whole first 4 weeks, right? And they were spending the 300, so we kind of got a little behind there. But once we get them in, if we have a bunch of them that have to be split in box, we put them all in one bin. And then when they start them, they do all of them at one time. And then Natalie puts them together, checks everything, and calls them to come get it. But yeah, that does take a little bit longer.
I have one other question. I guess, I don't know if you had a previous contract that didn't include delivery, but if you have an operator or a few that has a uniform sitting there for a couple of months, does that include a delivery or drop-off?
Well, we'll be glad to bring it to you.
Yeah.
We
We
delivered
always
a million
want the
things.
signature of the driver on it, so.
But then we
Yeah,
call.
For
and-
payment, that's what we ran into
Oh,
before.
because they go to 300, okay.
Yeah.
I thought, didn't we call and then they said, don't bring them?
Well, no, because they want the signature of the driver on there,
Oh,
because they
okay.
got proof that they picked it up.
Right.
So we would have brought it to you.
Yes.
It-
And then sometimes if it gotten too bad, we would have said, okay, weuld come over, set a day, if you'll let everybody know that we're here, and they can pick it up, and we can always do
That
that.
can be arranged.
Right, that can be arranged. Yeah. But they've been really pretty good this time. That $300, it was like Christmas. They were spending. Yeah, and picking up well, because Natalie's got them under control with that. Like I told you, she can be a drill sergeant, but she's really good, and she keeps on them and calling them, or she'll tell another driver or something, and they'll come get it.
I should usually call dispatch.
Dispatch,
Do
too.
an all-call too.
Right, do an all-call. Mhm. Yeah, and right now my bins are kind of empty, so they've done pretty well. They've picked up, on cue.
And if something's wrong, for some reason or the other, they get back and if something's wrong, they can bring it back and we fix it or replace it, do whatever.
we stand behind anything, and that's one reason you'll see a lot of, on the driver's side, the Elbeco uniform, is because they're like the top of the line. There's 3 manufacturers, you know, you got Feckheimer, you got Elbeco, you got Speedway. They're the top of the line manufacturers for uniforms. And the reason I've been in the 29, well, going on 29 years, is Elbeco was the first one in 29 years, and I've been dealing with them for 10 years now, that if they have uniforms, you get them in a week to 10 days, mostly a week. But if there's something back ordered, you only wait like 3 weeks. But with other manufacturers, I've had to wait 3 months. So that's why we stick with Elbeco on our uniform, is availability. Because if they can't get it to me, then that makes me look bad. I want someone that can get it to me and make us look good.
We have quit doing business with the company because they wouldn't ship to us. And I'll tell you a company we quit doing business with. It's none of the 3 she said, but it's called Blauer. And Blauer promised us the world. Me and Rick went out to their facility in Memphis and went out to their distributing plant and all this. And they promised same old, same old. Same old, same old. I'm gonna tell you, we feel like sometimes we're the cream in the Oreo cookie. We're in between the vendors and you. And sometimes it feels like we're getting smashed. But a friend of mine told me that the cream is the best part of the cookie. So I'm still trying to get over that
Yeah,
part.
but the whole thing of it is y'all look for us, and it's our job to get it to you. And that's what we want to do. So that's why we choose who we choose to go through on clothing. If there anything else that you want that is not these manufacturers, of course, we will get it for you. But that's why we do that.
We're just particular people.
No, we want to, we want to look good. We want to be able to service, and that's what we're here to do.
Okay, does anybody have any more questions? Any questions for us before we wrap up?
No, we just hope that we can continue working with you. We've been doing it 6 years, and like I say, we got a computer system that has everybody's sizes. We have a spreadsheet that keeps up with the allotments. We're working well with payables to get invoices paid. All that's been worked out. Everything's going great, so we'd like to continue that.
Okay, thank you. That's all. We'll go ahead and conclude the presentations for today. And thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
Now, would y'all like to leave us to leave the samples, or do you want us to take them back, or would y'all like to do them anymore?
Good. We good.
Okay.
Thank you.